The Dallas Mavericks 4-game win streak comes to an end as we lose 126-119 to the Oklahoma City Thunder in what can only be described as just a complete disaster. I mean, I'm not overly exaggerating. I think losing to one of the better teams in the West really isn't that big of a deal. We were just on a 4-game win streak. You lose one, cool, it's fine. Pack it up, learn from what you've made mistakes, and just come back even better on Sunday against the Nuggets. But it was still a disaster nonetheless. We didn't have Luka Doncic. Josh Green went out in the first quarter with an injury. That other guys were getting banged up. It was like I said, a disaster. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, look at the box score, and just talk about what went wrong in tonight's game. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And like I said, man, we lost 126-119 to the Oklahoma City Thunder, where they had everybody healthy. Full squad. Again, they're one of the best teams in the West. I think they just got knocked down to the second seed. First seed is the Nuggets. But they're a great team, and we know this. SGA, he's an MVP candidate. He's a great player. They got Jalen Williams, who's just emerging as this amazing player himself. You got Chet Holmgren, they got Lou Dort, Josh Giddey. They got a whole squad there. But we got Kyrie, we got Daniel Gafford, we got Derrick Lively, we got Tim Hardaway Jr. and Jason Kidd. So we win this pretty confident that even without Luka Doncic, we could still get things going. And things did look good from the start of the game, even, halfway through the third quarter, where it seems like in the second half, third quarter, going to the fourth, we just couldn't close that gap and it ran away with us. But like I said, the first quarter looked pretty good. We hung in there. I think we're only down by 6 after the first quarter, but the second quarter, we caught up. We did have a pretty good lead at one point. We had like a 10-point lead at one point, but that quickly went away, and the Mavericks slowly fell behind to Oklahoma City Thunder. SGA was hitting his shots. We left Josh Giddey open so many times. He just punished us by knocking down those threes. But our interior game wasn't too bad. Daniel Gafford, he didn't beat the record. His first field goal was a miss, but he still had a good performance. He was just attacking the basket with authority, doing everything. Kyrie was getting everybody involved, good passes. Kyrie had a great game. Knowing that Luka was out and he would have to take charge, he did phenomenal. Dante Exum was a pretty good ball handler, and Jaden Hardy saw some good minutes. And he was also just instant impact, playing very well. From the numbers, Tim Hardaway looks like he had a good game, but that's up in the air. And then P.J. Washington has had just a horrible game. But let's look at this box score real quick before I continue. P.J. Washington, like I said, only 6 points. He had two turnovers, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, 0 of 7 from 3. 1 of 11 from the floor. Horrible night. Derrick Jones Jr. had 10 points, 1 steal, 1 rebound. Daniel Gafford, 19 points, 1 block, 1 assist, 15 rebounds. And Kyrie Irving with 36 points. He had 4 turnovers, but he had 2 steals, 12 assists, and 4 rebounds. And Dante Exum with 7 points, 2 assists, 0 rebounds. And off the bench, Maxey played 21 minutes and gave you 3 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds. Tim Hardaway, 31 good minutes, gave you 23 points. He was a plus 13. By that shows he was probably our best player, and you can make that argument if you want to. I'd argue the other way. But he had 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 9 rebounds. He was 5 of 9 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and 8 of 13 from the floor. Derrick Lively only played 14 minutes. He only had 2 fouls. He ended with 4 points, 2 rebounds, and one of them was an offensive rebound. Josh Green, like I said, he got hurt in the first quarter, and he ended the game with 2 points, 1 turnover, and he was 0-1 from 3. Jaden Hardy, Hardy Party, 17 minutes with 9 points. He had 3 turnovers, but he had 1 steal, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it was tough because watching this game, without Luka, fine, we can get this thing going. Then Josh Green goes down with an injury, and it wasn't really like any contact. He kind of like tripped on himself, and it's a high ankle sprain. Not too sure how serious it is. Expect him to be out for at least a week. And he was out. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's just keep things going. But it seemed like as the game continued, everybody was getting banged up. Dante Exum looked like he hit his head pretty hard on the floor. Kyrie kept getting hit every time he attacked the basket. Daniel Gafford fell. A lot of these were just falls. Not a whole lot was the Thunder playing too physical. Some were. But some of them were just guys just tripping and slipping. And at one point, I want to say it was Tim Hardaway Jr. or maybe it was Kyrie about to shoot a free throw. One of our guys about to shoot a free throw. But they had to wait and let the towel boy wipe the floor. Is the roof leaking? It was crazy. Guys just kept falling. And then, of course, the referees. I got Adam Silver in the thumbnail for a reason, because these referees are on the payroll. And not the normal NBA payroll. They out here making parlays because it was ridiculous. Now, I'll show the box score again. If you look down there, we shot 21 to 26 from the free throw line. we were doing pretty good. But if you look at that column up and down, it's pretty fair. It wasn't too packed on one player. Kyrie had the most. He was 8 of 8. But if we flip over to the Oklahoma City Thunder, that man, SGA, was 12 of 15. Whole team was 20 of 23 from the free throw line, but 12 of 15? Anytime anybody was just near SGA, a whistle was called. He's going to the line. It made no sense. Meanwhile, our guys are getting knocked around in the paint, nothing getting called. It was ridiculous. Adam Silver's got to do something about these refs because it was just blatant. And yes, the whistle was going both ways, but it seemed like specifically with SGA, and I understand. He can draw the foul, and I get that. But ain't no way you going to the line 12 of 15? Out of everybody on your team, you're the only one that's getting hit like that. And you can make the argument, oh, well, they played good defense on y'all. That's why y'all didn't go to the line. Well, no. They were attacking us, and no calls. We honestly should have gone to the line more. In my honest opinion, from what I saw, we should have gone to the line a lot more. Those fouls from the refs were just ridiculous, and it felt like it just really took a lot from the game. Watching it just felt exhausting because it felt like we were playing against the refs. But like I said, SGA, he had a great game. That man, Jalen Williams, I'll put the box score back up. Chet Holmgren with only 11 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, 8 rebounds. Jalen Williams with 27 points, 3 blocks, 1 steal, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. SGA with 31 points, 2 steals, 5 assists, 9 rebounds. Josh Giddey with 18 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. And Lou Dort with 12 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. You can look on the bench. Really didn't give you too much, but they came in and shot the ball and gave exactly what you needed. But man, it's not a loss that you really want to hang your head on. It's fine. In the grand scheme of things, it's whatever. They're a much better team in the West. We were on a 4-game win streak. You can't win them all. It's unrealistic to think that we're going to go the entire season, the rest of the entire season, without losing a game. They say we have like the third easiest schedule, but there's still a few tough matchups that you just got to be ready for. Even with Luka being out, now Josh Green out, a couple guys getting knocked up, banged around, it's bound to happen. But let's get into the segments, man, because tonight's game really took a lot out of me. We got to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And as I alluded, the good, it was, I guess, if I had to pick one thing, ball movement. We didn't have Luka. We had Kyrie as our main primary ball handler, and the ball movement was good. We were making plays for other people. Even Jaden Hardy brought the ball down, had some good assists, some good passing as well. So I guess if I had to say the good, it was the ball movement. And the three ball was actually falling. As we saw last night's game, we couldn't shoot the ball. We could not shoot the ball. Against the Warriors, the 3 was not hitting for us. But we were actually able to hit the 3. And as a team, 12 of 29, 41% from the 3-point line, I'm not mad at that at all. So the good would have to be the ball movement and the 3 ball actually falling. The bad would just have to be our perimeter defense because the Warriors. The Thunder were also able to get their shots off, and it just felt like it was just draining. A lot of those, we were just leaving them wide open. We were daring Josh Giddey to shoot the 3. I'll throw their box score back up. As a team, they were 16 of 39. They were killing it from 3. Now, Josh Giddey was only 2 of 7, but those 2 felt like 4, right? So it was just, the perimeter defense was horrible. And the ugly, as I've already said, was the refereeing. The officiating of this game was ridiculous. And again, it's not a game you want to overreact to. And I'm not overreacting. It's a loss that is understandable. A lot of things are working against us. For whatever reason, Jason Kidd wanted to play small ball while the Thunder had Chet on the floor in the 4th. Why is Maxey playing the 5? Derrick Lively played like 14 minutes. Daniel Gafford still got some gas in the tank. What are we doing? We had such a good rotations the last few games. And then this game, Jason Kidd just forgot that he was a coach. He was just standing there watching like the rest of us. But I can't put the blame on just one thing. I mean, obviously the refs were just egregious. Adam Silver got to do something about that because the officiating, and it's not just this game, the entire season across multiple different teams and games, the refs were just bad in general this year. But it was the refs, it was Jason Kidd's weird lineups, it was our perimeter defense, and just the injuries. The fact that not only Luka and Josh Green are out, but guys are getting knocked around. Dante Exum hit his head. Daniel Gafford looked like he tweaked his ankle. Tim Hardaway fell as well. Kyrie was getting knocked around. Like, the guys were just, it was just rough. It was just a very rough game, but you bounce back. We got Denver on Sunday. They're now the number 1 team in the West. They're even a bigger test for us because there's a good chance we may see them in the playoffs. But we got to be ready for it. Look at the film. Learn what you can learn. Improve where you can improve in. But if there's one thing to take away from this game, that Jaden Hardy deserved to be in this rotation. He gave you good quality minutes. He had good defensive plays. Forced a few turnovers. Give him some minutes. He deserves it. Not just when guys are injured, not just in garbage time. The man deserves a little bit of run in the rotation. No more DNPs for Jaden Hardy. We need all the help we can get come playoff time and for the rest of these games. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure you subscribe. I'm all over the place. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing we do. Check out our Twitter and Discord. Link in the description below. Woo, it's late. Let me get to bed. Y'all been great. Take care. I love you. Kiss your loved ones. Good night.